You work hard, save diligently, and stash your money in the bank, believing it will secure your future. But what if I told you that inflation is silently eating away at your savings, making your money worth less every single year? Prices are rising, the cost of living is skyrocketing, and your savings might not be as safe as you think. In this video, we'll break down how inflation could be eroding your wealth, and more importantly, the best strategies to protect yourself from losing purchasing power. Stay tuned. Today, we will talk about why inflation could make your savings worthless, how to protect yourself. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. For years, we've been told that saving money is the key to financial security. We're taught to put aside cash in a bank account, build an emergency fund, and avoid unnecessary spending. But what if I told you that inflation is quietly eating away at your savings, making your money worth less and less over time? Inflation is often called the silent thief, and for good reason. Every year, the prices of goods and services go up, but your savings don't grow at the same rate. That means the money you worked so hard to save loses purchasing power. What you could buy for $100 a few years ago might now cost $120 or more. And if inflation continues to rise unchecked, the cash sitting in your bank account could become almost worthless in the future. So, how does inflation work? And more importantly, how can you protect yourself from its effects? In this video, we'll break down why inflation is a serious threat to your wealth and what you can do to make sure your money doesn't lose its value. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more financial insights that will help you secure your future. Now, let's get started. What is inflation and how does it affect your savings? Inflation is the gradual increase in prices over time. When inflation is high, the cost of everything, from food and gas to housing and healthcare, goes up. But here's the real problem. Wages and savings don't always increase at the same rate. Let's say you have $10,000 in savings today. If inflation is 5% per year, that means in just 1 year, your $10,000 will have the purchasing power of only $9,500. In 10 years, that same money might only be worth around $6,000 in today's dollars. This is why simply saving money isn't enough. If your cash isn't growing at a rate that at least matches or beats inflation, then you're actually losing money every single day. Why is inflation getting worse? Inflation has always existed, but in recent years it has gotten much worse. There are a few key reasons why. Government printing more money. When governments print more money without increasing the supply of goods and services, the value of money drops. This leads to higher prices and lower purchasing power. Rising demand and supply chain issues. When demand for goods is high but supply is low, prices go up. Recent global supply chain disruptions have caused shortages, making everyday items more expensive. Higher energy costs. The cost of fuel, electricity, and transportation affects the prices of almost everything. When energy prices rise, companies pass those costs on to consumers, leading to higher inflation. Increased government spending. Governments often borrow and spend money to boost the economy, but this can lead to higher inflation if too much money is pumped into the system. Because of these factors, inflation isn't just a temporary problem. It's something that could continue for years to come. The danger of keeping your money in a bank account. Many people believe that keeping their money in a savings account is a safe way to protect their wealth. But here's the hard truth. Most savings accounts don't even come close to beating inflation. For example, if your savings account earns 0.5% interest per year, but inflation is 5% per year, then your money is actually losing 4.5% of its value annually. Over time, this adds up to significant losses. To put it into perspective, if you have $50,000 in savings and inflation averages 5% per year, you'll lose around $2,500 in purchasing power every year. After 10 years, your money will be worth nearly 40% less than it is today. That's why simply saving money isn't enough. You need to make sure your money is working for you instead of just sitting there losing value. How the wealthy protect themselves from inflation. While the average person is watching their savings shrink due to inflation, the wealthy are using smart investment strategies to make sure their money continues to grow. Here's how they do it. 1. Investing in stocks and index funds. Historically, the stock market has outperformed inflation over the long term. While stocks can be volatile in the short term, investing in diversified index funds like the S&P 500 has provided average returns of 8 to 10% per year, which is much higher than inflation. 2. Buying real estate. Real estate is one of the best ways to protect your wealth from inflation. As prices rise, so do property values and rental income. By investing in real estate, you can benefit from long-term appreciation while also generating passive income. 3. Investing in commodities like gold and silver. Gold and silver have been used as a hedge against inflation for centuries. When inflation rises, the value of gold and silver typically increases, making them a great way to store value over time. 4. Owning inflation-protected bonds. Government-issued Treasury Inflation-Protected Securities, TIPS, adjust their value based on inflation. This means they are designed to keep up with rising prices, ensuring that your purchasing power isn't eroded. 5. Building income-generating assets. The wealthy don't just save their money. They invest in businesses, rental properties, and dividend-paying stocks that generate consistent cash flow. This allows them to increase their income, no matter how high inflation gets. What you can do to protect yourself from inflation. Now that you understand how inflation works and how the wealthy protect their money, let's talk about what you can do right now to safeguard your financial future. 1. Stop keeping too much cash in the bank. Having an emergency fund is important, but keeping too much money in a low-interest savings account is a bad idea. Only keep what you need for short-term expenses and emergencies. The rest should be invested. 2. Start investing in the stock market. If you're not already investing, now is the time to start. Even if you don't have a lot of money, you can begin by putting small amounts into low-cost index funds. Over time, these investments will help you beat inflation and grow your wealth. 3. Consider real estate investments. Even if you can't buy property right away, you can invest in real estate investment trusts, REITs, which allow you to invest in real estate without owning physical property. 4. Diversify your investments. Don't put all your money in one place. Spread your investments across stocks, real estate, commodities, and other assets to reduce risk and maximize returns. 5. Increase your income. One of the best ways to fight inflation is to make more money. Whether it's asking for a raise, starting a side hustle, or investing in skills that lead to higher-paying jobs, increasing your income helps you stay ahead of rising prices. Inflation is a real and growing threat to your financial future. If you rely only on saving money, you're actually losing wealth every year as prices rise and your purchasing power shrinks. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.